Let's imagine that the migration that we applied in the previous lesson was a mistake. So how can we undo it? Well, there are a couple of different ways to do this. If you want to selectively undo what we did in the previous lesson, we have to create a new migration. For example, if you want to keep the index, but remove the new table name, then we have to remove this line, save the changes, create a new migration and apply it. That's the only way. However, if you want to undo everything that we did in the previous lesson, we can completely revert the last migration. Let me show you how to do this. So let's look at the Explorer panel. Here in the Store app, look at the migrations folder. This is the last migration that we want to undo, migration number 4. So we want to downgrade the database to the previous migration, which is migration number 3. So we open up a terminal window and type Python manage.py migrate. We want to migrate the Store app to migration number 3. Okay, beautiful. The last migration is unapplied. Perfect. So now our database is back to the previous state. Let's verify it. So here in SQLite Explorer, let's refresh. Look, the customers table is gone, and now we have the customer table. And also, if you look at the migrations table, look, the last migration, which was migration number 4 in the Store app, is gone. So we properly downgraded our database, but the changes are still in the code. So if we go to the Explorer panel and look at the migrations folder in the Store app, look, the new migration is still there. So if you open up a terminal window and run Python manage.py migrate, then the last migration, which is currently unapplied, will be applied. So to properly revert the last migration, we should delete this migration file as well as all the changes we made in our code. So let's go to the customer class. Earlier, we added this meta class over here. If we keep this code, but remove the migration file, the next time we create migrations, Django is going to create a new migration for applying this change to our database. We don't want this to happen. So the proper way to undo the last migration is delete this code as well as the associated migration file. Now, this is where we use version control systems like Git. Undoing code using a version control system like Git is a lot easier than manually removing code from different places. So in this project, I've been using Git, and after each lesson, I made a commit. So let's open up the terminal window and run git log --one line. This shows the list of commits I've made so far. So here's my last commit, customizing database schema. And this is where I created metadata for the customer model. Now here we have this head pointer pointing to this commit. So to undo this commit, we have to make the head point to the previous commit. Now if this is all new to you, don't worry, just follow along with me. And if you're interested, I have a comprehensive course about Git on my website. So let's press Q here. Now to reset the head, we type git reset --hard head ~1. So we want to move the head pointer one step back so it points to the previous commit. Okay, let's go with that. Great. Now all the changes we made in the previous lesson are gone. Let's verify it. So here in the migrations folder, we no longer have the 4th migration. And also, if we go to the customer class, the metadata is gone. Great. Now here's a little exercise for you. In the customer model, rename the first name field to given name. Create a migration, apply it, and then revert it.